We are now down to our conversation, and my guests are waiting. Let me introduce the first. She's a mother of two. She's an accomplished IT person. And I don't know what else to say. She's a princess from Benin Kingdom. She's a princess from Benin Kingdom. And she's from that great family, the Guobadia family from Edo State. I have the greatest pleasure to welcome Princess Rachel Guobadia. Good morning, Princess.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
You are looking beautiful and gorgeous and princessly this morning.
Thank you.
And of course, also joining us is a grandmother. She's a mother, she's a grandmother. And we are proud of her in the family. She was a nurse. She's a retired nurse. And for those of you who love music, and of course, you know Beyonce. You know Beyonce. Beyonce did this, what is it? It's a film around one of her songs titled Black is King. If you remember, Black is King, and it's about Africa and Africans and so on. The lady who acted the part of grandmother in that very famous Black is King movie, which is the track of one of her songs, is Mrs. Mojisola Odegbami. I have the greatest pleasure to welcome you to the show. Good morning. I can't hear your voice. If you can hear me, speak up. Well, maybe you have, I think you have muted your telephone. You ought to press unmute it so we can hear your voice. Okay, speak again. Let's see if we can hear you. We still cannot hear you, but we have to work something out. You are muted. You are muted. If and maybe it's from the studio, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it. But let me now go to Princess. Look, I don't know where to start, but you are in Nigeria. Let me start from Nigeria. Okay, you are now in Nigeria. You are here to launch a foundation. So tell us about that foundation. Let's start from there.
Okay. Well, if you remember, the dream started when I followed you to the Sickle Cell Foundation in Surulere, when we went to meet Chairman Sickle Cell Society, Professor Akinyanju. And being that I was from Benin, and I saw the way the hospital and the clinic was in Indiaraba, and which we don't have that same facility in Edo State. Unfortunately, Edo State is still as backward as God knows how many years ago when I was young, born there. So the challenges of hospital, the challenges of not having money to go in there to buy medicines, even a blood exchange of 5,000 naira, people are just dying just like that. And unfortunately, the awareness is not that much in Edo State, going back into the villages whereby people are not doing tests before having children. So you can see a family the man is a driver, the woman sells in the market, they have 5 sickle cell children, which is a challenge, and in and out of hospitals. So I just thought, after that visit, I went back to UK and I thought, okay, what do I do now? So I have to now see a way of how I can help the people in Edo State, most especially. And since 2000, and we had that visit 2010, and since then, I've been going back to Edo State. Okay. Good morning, Mommy. You're back.
Hey. Don't worry about it. You just go on. You just go on with what you're saying.
It's good to see you.
I need to greet Mommy first. Mommy, good morning, ma.
Right, good morning. How have you been?
I've been well, ma. I've been well, ma.
It's good to see you.
Okay, don't take over my program, oh, both of you. Don't take over my program.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Rachel, just continue.
Okay,
We are glad to hear your voice. We are glad to hear your voice. But Rachel,
so that
continue with
was
what you say.
so after the visit, and I saw how the facility was run, whereby, for example, MTN, they're giving the clinic free medicines than most banks were. So it was not down to me. To my vision was to have that same facility in Benin, whereby any sickle cell warrior can just walk into a clinic, have that same facility, state of the art, where they can have free blood, free injections, free, even if to be admitted, they can be paid for free. So since then, I'll be going back to Benin to be doing that solely by myself, whereby I save up, I go to Benin, buy medicines, pay for their hospital bills, buy blood for them year in, year out. I'll be doing that up until, and when I was doing that, so a lot of my friends on social media, because I'm on social media as Princess Yeti. Since 2009, I've been showcasing a life of a sickle cell warrior, which is my life. So when I'm well, I'm up and about, raising my voice. People see me. Then when I break down, I'm in hospital, going through blood transfusion every 6 weeks, which is 10 pints of blood. I show it like people see it. Why did I come about that? It's just for people to understand this sickle cell, because unfortunately, that ignorance is still there. People don't understand sickle cell disease, that today we are okay, tomorrow we are not. So doing that on social media since 2009, I was able to, when I go to Benin to do the donations, support the sickle cell, I show it live. And people have been saying, oh, Princess Yeti, let's join you with this program. Let's join you with this program. And I told them to hold on until I have officially launch it, because I'm from UK, we do everything by the book. So I need to be transparent. For example, if they donate money to me, I need to let them know what their money went, for example. So 2 years ago, it came to me time for me to now register this foundation officially in Nigeria. I don't want to do it in UK because also in UK, we're already being supported. The government support, NHS, everything is free. But here, I did open it with my very good friend, Sholakbe. She's my besto. She's one of the trustees in this foundation we've launched. So and I said, okay, it's my birthday, my milestone birthday this year. Let me now do it officially, which is a combination of my birthday, celebrating my life, living with sickle cell all this year, surviving it, and also let now make it official tomorrow to now launch this sickle cell, whereby the people that have been begging, they want to support me all these years, they should now support officially. And whatever I raise, I'm going to be transparent and all that. So here's where we are. So what we raise tomorrow.
Let's start. So, yeah, okay, let's start from the beginning. You've been mentioning sickle cell and, this incredible story and so on. But where did it all start? How did you know? I want the very beginning. I want people to understand the essence of what we are doing, to understand sickle cell, as it were. Start from the very beginning, when you realized or when you were told that you had sickle cell and what you went through at that very beginning. Go back to the beginning.
Let me go back to the beginning, which is 50 years ago, almost.
Congratulations, by the way. I was going to wait till the end to congratulate you on your birthday. You are looking 20. Well, you are 21, so don't worry.
I will tell you the secret. Ask me the secret of this, and I will tell you. Should I tell you the secret now, later?
No, later.
Okay. So I was born in Benin with sickle cell disease, and I was told my parents didn't know I was a sickler until I was 2 years old. I was in and out. They didn't understand it. Obviously, there was not much awareness then. So it was found by Dr. Osunde, then in Edo State, that was a sickle cell warrior when I was 2 years old. And unfortunately, my mom, she's quite fragile in sense of she couldn't understand when I'm on admission, taking blood, and she comes to see me, she will faint. No, because she just wasn't strong. So my grandmother had to take me in to bring me up. My grandmother was, I wanted to correct you on the princess level. It was actually both. I'm the granddaughter of King Kayode of Ijiro-Ekiti. My grandmother was the first daughter of King Kayode of Ijiro-Ekiti, who now happened to marry Binima. So they handed me to my grandma because she was strong. She could take all the, looking after me. So I had to move to our royal family house, which is called Iyasere House in Sapomba Road, which wasn't far from Specialist Hospital, just like 10 minutes walk. So which was right in front of, not far from the hospital when I had my crisis. So if I remember my life in the challenges I had, obviously going to Specialist Hospital almost every 2 weeks, I was having my crisis pains. Let me just say I had a standing bed, not far from the nurses, that nobody could stay there. My dad paid for it. I had to be staying there. That was how bad my crisis was, sickle cell pain, whereby if I explain the pain of sickle cell disease, imagine a sharp cutlass, the one that can chop off someone's head, just going into your vein. That's how painful it is. So, and the challenges my mom had then was the money, obviously. I could say I bankrupt my grandma and my mom because I was in and out almost every week, almost every 2 weeks. I didn't have a life, up until I was about 11 years old when I started Ijia College. Then I left my grandma to go and stay with my mom because it wasn't far from where my mom was staying then. Yeah, that was the story of my youth. Then my sickle cell was quite okay during the secondary school days. I wasn't in and out of hospital that much, although I do have crisis. And since right from when I was young, I was sort of okay about sickle cell disease. If you ask me what's my name, the next thing I tell you I'm a sickler, so that you know who I am. I've never been ashamed to talk about it right from when I was young. Even in Uniben, everybody knows there was an ambulance station in front of Hall 1, which was only for me. And that was due to Mrs. God bless her soul, Mrs. Olumese. She was the nurse in UBTH. She was able to use her contact to station an ambulance in front of Hall 1 for me. And everybody knew if I have a crisis, that was my right to the UBTH. Yeah.
Wow. People hear of the crisis that warriors go through. But there's this lady she's not a sickler herself, but she has managed three sicklers out of 4 children. And that's Mujisola Otegbami. I have the greatest pleasure to welcome you once again. You were a nurse and you acted in that movie, Black is King. So you're an actress also. And now you have become a great warrior and activist. So let's hear your voice. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
You just listened to that incredible story by Rachel. Tell about her own experience growing up. One person, and how her mother couldn't cope. She had to go stay with her grandmother. Even in her university, they had to plant an ambulance in front of her hall so that whenever she had a crisis, she would go. How that crisis was like cutlass cutting through you every second, and so on, and all over your body. You had 3 children who were sicklers. Tell us about it. Just tell us the story.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to you, Rachel. Myself and Rachel have been 5 and 6 since I heard about her story. Why? Because I'm a sickle cell mother. And when she starts telling me her stories, it got me so interested in her that we became 5 and 6. We will talk for over an hour on the phone, all about this sickle cell. So thank you very much, Rachel. I miss you. Well, I'm a mother of 3 sicklers, a boy and 2 girls. The problem with us in those days when we were getting married was that we never check our, genes or whatever before we got married. We just see this man, we see this woman, we love ourselves, we propose love, and we start having babies. And that did a lot of damage to many people, and is still doing it up to now. If we can teach our children to find out the genes of whoever they want to marry, this will reduce a lot of sickle sellers. And that's why I will continue to follow you, Rachel. My first child is SC. My second child is SC. I am AC, and their father is AS.
Hmm.
We never knew anything about all these AS, AC, or whatever, you know. I first knew that my daughter was a sickle seller when she was in real pain. She was just like about 2 years old then. She would cry all night. She would be in pain. I wouldn't know what was going on. In that middle of the night, I will put her in the vehicle, drive over 50 miles to the nearest hospital in Missouri.
That's the United States of America. You were in the United States. So
Yes. We were in the United States of America then. I will drive over 50 miles in the middle of the night until I got there one night and they ran some tests on her. That was how we discovered that she's a sickle seller. And it's not easy to be a mother or a parent of any sickle seller. Not easy. But I pulled it through. The first time it happened, I would cry my eyes out, looking at my daughter in pain. I would do whatever I could to calm her down, to relieve her pain and everything. There was a particular time that 3 of them were in pain on the same day.
Wow.
Yes. 3 of them were in pain on the same day. I was looking at them, wriggling in pain. There wasn't much I could do. My daughter Bola was wriggling in pain and was begging me, "Mommy, please don't look at me. Please help me. What can you do to help me?
Wow.
Mommy, this pain is too much. This is this, this is that." Nikki was having her own pain too. Gbemi, the same thing. I couldn't stand watching my children in pain. I had to run to the bathroom and started crying. I didn't want to cry for them to see my tears or for them to see the pain. So I ran to the bathroom. I cried my eyes out. Then I got in the vehicle. I packed them in the vehicle. I took them to the hospital. All 3 of them were admitted to the hospital that same day. But thank God, they survived it. Baby was just about 2 years old, so his own pain started in his arm. He just started crying, "Mommy, my hands are paining me. My hands are paining me." I drove him to the hospital. The same sickle cell pain. So it's very rough. It's very, very rough.
Wow.
To be
Anyway, let
mother.
me, because I'm weeping inside as I listen to you and you tell your story. I want to take a break from you and come back to Rachel. Rachel, I knew her when she was a little girl. She was my girl. And Rachel went to the UK. And when she got to the UK, she told me stories of how she was, the first sickle cell patient of, is it Homer Smith Hospital? Tell us. Homerton Hospital. Yeah, okay, so let's hear that story of you and Homerton and the relationship that has existed between you since then. And you are 50. You see, there's the myth. Even as I promoted this program yesterday, there's the myth out there. So many people were asking me, but they say that, sicklers don't survive until after 21 or 22 or something like that. So tell us all of that. First patient, Homerton, your experiences with Homerton and that job.
I left Nigeria 1997, March, to be honest with you. So going to UK, started working almost immediately. Then I had my mom's baby brother, Peter Owen Amadison. I went to spend the weekend with him. And I had my first crisis. I was living in Clapton, so they took me to this clinic. Obviously, my uncle from Nigeria experienced as a sickle cell warrior, and here, that was my first experience. So got into this hospital, they called these consultants. They put me in, and he called this a white man, bless him. That man is my savior till today. He just sat down with me and was like, let's talk about, okay, how is the pain? He was trying to understand what the pain was. I didn't know I was this first sickle cell warrior as a male in that hospital. Acne was just, they're trying to understand sickle cell disease. So I would say I was the guinea pig kind of to understand it. So the guy started asking me questions. Your father and my dad died in 1980. Did he have this? Did he have? In fact, when he was asking me so many questions, I was like, this man, you want to ask me questions to deport me? Killing Gbogbo question. Please, I can't give you all my family history. But I didn't understand. He was trying to understand the medical history of my family to understand why I was born with sickle cell. So I told him what I could say. And he admitted me, started giving painkiller and all that. So that's how I started as the first male. But I will tell you a very particular story, which was a starting point to what changed my perspective about sickle cell. In Nigeria, unfortunately, the culture, the way they treat sicklers, they kill us. When I mean kill, not physical kill. You're a sickler, be there. You can't, don't go, don't do this, don't do that. Don't work, don't talk. Don't go to uni. If you have crisis, stay at home. That was our culture, which I understand every parents were afraid of us, fragile, we can't do anything, we can't marry. But when I was with this sickle cell, this my consultant, Dr. Amos, then he went, what did I do in uni? I told him I read computer science. I said, oh, that's wonderful. He said, okay. Then David Blunkett was the Minister of Home Office, and he was a blind man. And I said, okay, what do you want to do with your life now? To me, back home, sickle cell, we don't have dream. You go to uni, you try, you have crisis in the middle of exams, you might stop a year, resume again and all that. And I said, what do you mean that, what do I want to become? He said, no, what do you like to do? I said, well, I read computing. It was interesting. I would like to continue that. I said, okay. Do you know what this man did? He went to meet the community, Hackney community, who were 8, 10, about 8. I was the only male, the rest were men. He now said, these sickle cell people, they believe they cannot do anything with their life because of their disability. Sickle cell today, sick, tomorrow they're in hospital. But there's one particular guy that said she likes computing. Let's send them to a computer school. So he raised money, paid for a private computer in Dalston. They were giving us money every day to go to the school. They trained us in IT from the beginning. They bought us a computer. All expenses paid by this community, Hackney. And we actually graduated with, I think it was OND, and they put it in Hackney Gazette. Hackney, it was blown in newspaper with him. And that's how I ran with my dream. So what he now said about the David Blocker was, if a blind man can lead a whole country, as a minister, he said, why can't you do that as well? That was what just went into my head, and I ran with that dream. As soon as I finished my OND in computing, I enrolled myself in a night uni in Holloway School while I was doing some care work job just to survive during the day. Graduated from that, and the rest is history. Got my first job in Royal Bank of Scotland as an IT, earning good money, and I've never looked back since. So, and that, when I now came to, that was one of the reasons why I came online on social media to say, all the sickle cell in Nigeria, change your perspective. You can become something. You can work. Don't get it twisted back on where they think we are fragile, we cannot work, we cannot do this. No. This country has taught me you can become what you want to become. You can be a doctor, you can be a minister, you can be anything. So hence I've been going to Mommy Knows. So I'll be telling all of them, and thank God with that, the message I'll be passing on my Facebook, a lot of people have been invited for 6 marriages so far from my warriors who thought they couldn't marry. And there was one that the mother could not even allow her leave her state. I think she was in Port Harcourt all throughout her 25 years, but the girl left and the rest is history. So yeah, basically that's some. My story plenty of big check. So let's just.
No, I wanted that part of the hospital. The hospital.
Yeah.
And how far
so the hospital one. So the hospital one.
Of the treatment.
What the doctor started with, they started giving us, I think it was pentidine, the painkiller. Here they was giving us Fortwin and Fortwin, I can't remember the other second injection. For that, they now started with pentidine. Then after a while, the guy started by asking us questions. Anytime we come to hospital, okay, what triggered this crisis? Maybe you say you were anything, maybe you were working or you overstressed yourself and all that. So the more the pain, by the time they started giving us that pentidine, and it wasn't working that much, they now increased it to morphine. So they were not giving us morphine injections. Then then they didn't have a machine to be doing when we were short of blood, they give a blood exchange, So they started with doing it manually, remove 1 pint of blood, put one in manually, which was, it was quite hectic, it's a whole day thing. So then if we have crisis, what he now did was, before, if you come to home, you can be in A&E for 8 hours because, and he now understood with sickle cell, if you don't have oxygen immediately, everything can just happen in your body and you can just die less than 5 hours. So by understanding that, as what he now did, he now put a policy in A&E in Homerton. When you come in, and if you're a sickle cell, we already have our book in the system. We go through, we don't wait. 10 minutes of arriving, they've given us our medications. If they give us maybe 3 times painkillers, if the pain is still there, they will admit us immediately. And they will do all the blood tests to make sure we're not short of blood, to make sure the level of the blood we have in body. And then they put it, they'll admit you. Then what he now did as well was, before, when we started, they didn't have a unit, a room where you can come during the day, because a lot of us, like parents, we didn't want to be staying overnight in hospital. So he now created a room, we call it medical day unit, whereby you can just come in during the day, take your painkillers, wait a minute, and go home. And another thing he did before he retired, for me, for example, since 2006, I've been on a blood exchange transfusion procedure. Every 6 weeks, they will remove 10 pints of blood and put 10 pints back in. What that does is like they use this dialysis machine. So it's like rotating your blood, removing the old sickle blood. So by the time they've done the 10 bags, 80% of the sickle has left your body. So you now have 80% of good blood like AA people. So that means for that 6 weeks, I'm sickle cell crisis free. I don't have pains because they removed the sickle blood anyway. So there's no point of me having sickle cell pains. So when it's on the 5th week, everything would have rebirthed itself to full-blown SS, then go through the process again. So I'll be going through that process 2016 September. Every 6 weeks, I go to Homerton and go through that blood transfusion of 10 bags of blood. And I show it live to my audience on social media as well for them to understand prior to and after. Because after they remove the sickle blood, I'm strong, energizer body, working and,
Wow.
yes.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what. Mrs. Odegbami, okay. Just comment on that which you have heard and compare with your own experience. The advancements that were made in sickle cell in America, and how this myth that you can't live long if you have sickle cell, how that myth has been defeated, as it were, by experiences of people like you, because you have done remarkably well. Tell us about the system. What happens in America?
Well, in America, they do take good care of them. And I learned so much from Rachel. All she was describing, I was following her. All her blood exchanges, 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, and everything. I learned a lot from her. And with that, when my children reach or have sickle cell crisis, when they go to the hospital, they take good care of them. They take very good care of them. They give them the blood treatment that they are supposed to take. At least, I think mostly what we use over here is folic acid, if I'm not mistaken. And I can't remember the name of the medication she mentioned now.
Morphine?
Morphine.
That's a painkiller of the highest order.
Morphine is what made many sicklers in America become drug addicts. Because they get used to that morphine, and if they haven't gotten that morphine, they don't feel they're okay. That's the problem with That's the problem of treating sickle cell in America. My children, they try to cope a lot with it, but most times when I see them go through the crisis, it breaks my heart so much that they have to go through it. They end up in the hospital, maybe 2-3 days, because of this sickle cell pain.
Wow.
Uncle, I'm sorry I have to mention this.
Yeah, go on.
Sickle cell addiction, morphine addiction, was one of the things that killed my son, who I'm still mourning today. Today is his 40th day of burial. He didn't have any choice. He was used to having morphine as a relief of sickle cell pain. So when he got to Nigeria, all he could think about was morphine or anything that could relieve him of that pain. Any of those things are easily available in Nigeria. So it really breaks my heart that we haven't gone that far in Nigeria to control what other countries are trying to control. Really breaks my heart.
Well,
I knew we weren't going to talk about him, but it breaks my heart.
That's okay.
Really.
That's okay. Going forward, and of course, a lot has been achieved in that area. Even you coming out today to speak about it, Rachel coming out to establish a foundation that will help warriors in Nigeria in terms of enlightenment, in terms of support, and so on and so forth. I think what you're doing is, advocacy for sicklers in Nigeria. This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, believe it or not, because the conversation is not about sport, it's about life, it's about love. And we've been speaking with two incredible heroes, women, one a carrier, the other a carer. And both of them are victims of sickle cell anemia. Whether you are a warrior of it or whether you take care of those who have it, the pain is common. And in fact, the pain extends to the rest of society, So let me go back to Mrs. Odegbami. And I know that you have gone through this for over 50 years now, going through this over 50 years. It never goes away. And until the day you die, you will still continue to go through it because fortunately, your children are still alive. At least two of them are still alive, and you still relate, you still take care of, even from your distance, even from your old age, and so on and so forth, so we don't get over it. Well, Mrs. Odegbami, I know that your experience would help a lot of people, young girls, young boys, particularly in prevention, in avoiding this situation. I want you to speak across to them now. Speak across to young couples who are in love, who are supposedly in love. I lost a friend of mine recently, Steve Mawunyega. He's a Ghanaian and fine, handsome man who married a former Miss Cameroon. She was so beautiful that even when they did their tests to find out compatibility, they realized that they should not get married because their blood combination would actually bring up sickle cell, sickle cell in their children. But they were so much in love that they said they wouldn't mind whatever it cost. And they got married. They had 3 children. 2 of them were sicklers. And I know what Stephen and his wife went through. They are divorced. And Stephen died 2 years ago out of the pressures of managing these 2 children. It's an incredible thing. And, we must take it very, very seriously. Mrs. Odegbami, talk to us.
Thank you, sir. Just like I said earlier, it is very, very important to find out if you are a sickler or not, or if the person you are trying to get married to is a sickler or not, before you go
or
through
a carrier of something. I don't know how the combination is.
Before you go through this so-called marriage. Yes, I know marriage is love. When you love somebody, there's nothing anybody can tell you. You will still go get married. But the after effect is very bad. Unfortunately, I know a family now that got married to each other without finding out anything about themselves. By the time they got married, the baby they had, one of the babies they had, I just noticed the signs of sickle cell in the boy. We need to take this boy to the hospital to go and check him and everything. Lord and behold, this boy is SC. The mother, I said they should do the blood test for everybody involved. The father, we already knew, is SC. When they did the test, the mother is SC. The senior sister that was before this boy is SC.
Wow.
Yes. Now they are all battling with this SC disease. So they have to be taking themselves to the hospital every month. I have a family hospital for family. So go there every month. Do whatever they need to do for you. Get whatever medication they ask you to get. I will pay for everything, which I have been doing since they started going. But most people don't take it serious. They feel, oh, she doesn't want us to marry each other or whatever. But it's more than that. We have to do the test before getting married to each other. And we always, maybe we do a campaign with these children of nowadays. Maybe it will get to them one of these days. Because it's very sad to see a whole family battling with sickle cell. It's very sad. Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, Rachel, you have taken a giant step. You have taken a giant step. On behalf of all Nigerians, I want to congratulate you first. On your birthday, you are 50.
Oh my goodness, happy birthday, baby.
You see, they say you don't they say you don't live beyond 20-something. Now you are 50 and you are looking as radiant as you are. So what's the secret?
You know how the publication, that Vanguard, when they said, my mom actually had a funeral 18th birthday for me because the doctor told her I won't get up to 18 or past 18. So my mom was upset. So she now called all your friends on your 18th birthday. I rocked. Although I did the home in specialist the next day. But I'm here now with 2 children, twins. They'll be 23 in August. Yeah, and they're finally see. And life is good. Don't get it twisted. Sickle cell. You're looking at me now, you think, oh, but I do go to hospital. This year, I've been admitted 8 times already. I've gone in and out of hospital 8 times. Sickle cell is an expensive illness. It affects everybody. I'm talking of mom, friends, children, spouses, the family. It affects everybody. It is not a cheap disease. Emotionally, it's draining. Physically, it's draining. Financially, in Nigeria, people go bankrupt, and people that cannot even afford 5,000 naira blood do die, and that's what breaks my heart. That is why I'm like this Sorosoke since 2009 on social media. I'm not going to stop until my last, because, and this awareness, what mommy just said, mommy, yes, during your time, yes, and my mom's time, they were not doing tests. You will not, you'll be surprised people that comes into my inbox that went to school. I'm talking of master's degree holder that knows about sickle cell disease. They still go ahead and marry with faith using religion. And that's another talk for another day, because if I enter religion and sickle cell, it will spoil the show. But what I'm saying is, oh, Father Lord, people ignorancy, as you said, we are in love. Sickle cell. Do you know why morphine was given to us? Morphine, let me tell you the history of morphine. You know cancer people that are dying chemo. So when they are now in chemotherapy, they are about to go. They give them 3 months, 6 months. So to ease the pain, morphine was created as an opiate to ease the pain. Morphine is heroin, raw heroin. They just mix it with water. True life story. Do you understand? They now found out when the British and the American came together, they found out the pain we're having is close to that of these people that are dying because it is a serious pain. Hence, they started giving us morphine, right? But it has another bad side effect when mommy came in. That's another tough one. There's a lot about sickle cell. It is vast, it is huge. And as I said, it affects everybody. When I'm in Homerton and I put it live, mommy watch me every time. All my friends are coming. All my friends are affected. When I'm quiet, they know that she don't they get crisis again. Princess Shetty never do drama. Facebook is quiet. What's happening to her? And they start calling me, and they know that I'm in hospital. I say, but why you not talk? Nothing. They are all. But what I'm saying is, my boys, I feel my children are the strongest children ever, because since I gave birth to them, I've been in and out, and it affects them. Do you understand? The fact that I go into hospital, is mommy gonna come home? Is she gonna go now? Then everybody are calling this up, and the mommy is okay. So what am I saying? It is not a cheap thing. Emotionally, we cannot be in 2024 and people are still giving birth to sick class. It drains me. It irks me. I just want to go to the parent and slap them. This is not cheap, because from the day you give birth to that child till the day you are going to die as a parent is a headache. Financially, my mom, when I'm in hospital, she now FaceTime me. She calls me almost 6 times a day. She will not eat. She's 76, still going through the same pain as a mom of what mommy is going through. So imagine, and most of them, the men walk away from the women. I have them in my inbox on social media, because the men thought, okay, it might be the man, they will do tests, that the man they're in love. Then when the child comes, they are in and out of hospital. The men walk away from the women. Many occasions, the men walk away. And who's facing this alone? The woman. So it is what I will keep on talking till the day I take my last breath, because if it's only one person we save from having this disease, if it's only love affair that we will break, let them be enemies for life, that they will not marry. AC not marry. At least we'll have a child that will not be born into this world to be in and out of hospital till the day they. And let me get why the religion irks me. There is no cure. So all these BS that they come, SS is not A. How can you say DNA? It's blotting. How can you turn it to which miracle? If not, trust me, NHS would have taken the miracle system of these pastors. Oh, please, because it's costing us billions of pounds every year to treat this sickle cell. Come and save us, heal all of them to AA, and save us money. That's another talk for another day, because if we start that religion, we know come out here. Big shake.
Okay, Rachel, we have something concrete. Finally, we have something concrete. That's foundation. Tomorrow you are launching it, and I am going to be there with a few of my friends at Oriental Hotel.
Okay.
And you need a lot of support. I know this program is not asking people to support you or anything, but we need a lot of support for that program to help Nigerians, to help those who are sicklers, to create more warriors, to fight this scourge and this disease. And how is the best way now for us to do this? Because people need to get in touch with you. I can assure you that this program, we are going to repeat it tomorrow. We are going to put it on YouTube. We are putting it on Facebook. We are putting it everywhere. And people need to now get across to you. They have heard you and they want to support you. So how do you do it? How do you connect with you?
My name of my charity is called Rachel Guobadia Foundation.
No. Say it slowly. Say it slowly. Bini girl. Bini combination.
We are alive. We are family. Let's not come and expose ourselves. Foundation. The name of my foundation is called Rachel Guobadia Foundation. Ine is my ex-married name. I put that on it because of my boys, in case I exit when I'm 100 years old. Then my boys,
Amen.
they will not follow, continue, because they live with it. They know what sickle cell is. They are into it 24/7, seeing me doing it for the past since they were born 23 years ago. So they are ready to advocate for me, which they be doing already. For example, every December, we go to Hobarton Hospital with them and we give our gifts to all the doctors and nurses looking after their mom. So that's on the side. My website is rogif.gov.uk. I will send you.
RGIF. Send them to me. I will put them on my platforms.
Okay. And
And then put
for
them, attach
donation,
them to the.
we've managed to sort out the open up the bank account, Wema bank account for the foundation. So I will send all the information to you and also paper for them to donate. Yeah. Or do you want me to say it now, the account?
No. Don't do that now. They will hack your account now. They will take all the small money that is there.
So I will send you all the information.
We have the last words. Yeah,
So
we will have the last words from you.
Yes.
What? Say that again.
I say I need all the support, all the backing. I'm not based here. So what I do is I'm going to be going back and forth. Whatever we raise, I'll go to Benin. Benin is my priority for obvious reasons because Lagos one is not okay. They are about. So it's Benin I want to face. Then from there, I've been invited to Ogun State already yesterday to come and do this. I said, okay, let me drink water, drop off first and all that. So yeah. So we're going global.
Well done.
Thank you,
so,
sir.
Mr. Odegbami, final words from you today. I don't know what you want to say, but it's up to you entirely. You have 1 or 2 minutes to wrap up for us this show today and to congratulate Rachel on our behalf.
Yes. Well, I want to really do that. And I want to thank you for bringing up this show. It's a show that is very dear to my heart. And more so, when you told me that Rachel is coming to launch her organization, I mean, I was very, very excited. Rachel is my baby. We are 5 and 6. And I pray that God will continue to elevate you in everything you are doing. Great woman.
Well, I think we have come to the end of today's show, even though it is the start of a movement, the creation of warriors. I'm going to join that group of warriors to ensure that we support the Rachel Guobadia Foundation as much as we can. We shall be there at Oriental Hotel at 4 p.m. tomorrow. It is not open to the public, but if we see one philanthropist who is happy at what they have heard and they want to come and support, of course, we will gladly welcome them there. So on behalf of all Nigerians, we salute you, Mojisola Odegbami, for your courage, for your inspiration, for your hard work, for your dedication to your family, your children, all 3 of them that you brought up and have excelled in life. They have excelled in life. And that's a reflection of just who you are. We thank you very much. Rachel, I congratulate you once again. Happy birthday, girl. Look forward to seeing you in 50 years' time. At that time, I will be 100.
Keep forgetting I'm live. I will never behave myself.
All right, then that's all from us on Eagle 7 Sports Radio. I thank you also very much. Join us again next week, Saturday,